So what happened running up to those last few days before my license expired on August 5th, 2024? 2 years ago to the day. July 26th. Yeah, July 26th, 2024. The USDA sends me an official email a mere 10 days before my license expires. A request for an extension on license number been denied pursuant to this lady. And it's almost a joke. How in the world could this woman sign this letter thinking that I was rightfully handled, where I was denied my 60-day, 3-try relicensing process before August 5th? How could she possibly write such a letter and deny an extension in this case, which I asked for? So we went to the politicians in the state of Alaska. Even my liaison with the cruise ships got involved. Emails went to the politicians in the state of Alaska. My liaison said this: I will have to notify the cruise lines that he probably won't be operating after August 5th. That certainly will have a tsunami impact on many. The cruise lines have to refund a few thousand people who have already booked his tour through the ships. We will lose a great deal of money with our company, have to sell our buses and close up shop. We'll have to lay off our staff, as well as the huge loss of revenue for Steve and the end of his career working with animals. Haines Skagway Fast Ferry will have to completely change their schedule. What a disaster this became. What a disaster this became for the whole community of Haines and really the state of Alaska. Thanks to the Alaska Department of Fish and Game and the USDA working together, I allege. It's going to be very obvious in court that I am correct. It's not just an allegation. U.S. Senator Dan Sullivan. Even Dan Sullivan couldn't help us. Even Murkowski's office couldn't help. Senator Lisa Murkowski, yeah, she couldn't help either. Notice the date on that. The 3rd of August, 2024. And today, here in Russia, it's the 3rd of August, 2026. For 2 years now, my animals, my family, and yours truly have been living in absolute hell. But this has become a story that's not just about yours truly, of course. This is about all of us. It goes all the way to this country now. This is a story of corruption. This country basically gifted the United States with Alaska. They joked at me about it all the time. Oh yeah, it was a gift. We just gave it to you guys. And of all the states in the Union, the Alaska Department of Fish and Game has the crown jewels of wildlife, flora and fauna, and fish, salmon, all of this. The Alaska Department of Fish and Game has all this power, and they're corrupt, and I'm going to be the one to expose them. I'm not going to waste my criminal case on just defending me. No. I'm going into this to defend the rights of every Alaskan, of people in the United States that have a right, citizens, to not have a corrupt political system. I've lost so much faith in our political system in the United States. I mean, I just hate politics. I have no faith anymore in politics, in the federal level. I don't. And in the state level, well, you just kind of hope. But really, I was so excited to post this on my Facebook page. This is the type of investigation that needs to happen with the Alaska Department of Fish and Game. And this here investigation was triggered by the governor of Washington State. But would the governor of Alaska, Dunleavy, do the same thing with the Alaska Department of Fish and Game? I don't think so. But there is an election coming up. Would the governor of Alaska do an investigation into the Alaska Department of Fish and Game? Doubtful. However, primary election August 18th, 2026, with the general election November 3rd, 2026. I have zero faith in this governor to do anything with the Alaska Department of Fish and Game. After all, he appointed Doug Vincent Lang long ago. Who appointed Douglas Vincent Lang commissioner of ADF&G? Yes, this guy, Commissioner Lang. Mike Dunleavy on December 3rd, 2018, shortly after Dunleavy took office as governor. We need a governor that'll go after the Alaska Department of Fish and Game. I think this guy is buddies with the Alaska Department of Fish and Game Commissioner. That's my opinion. His office doesn't even answer my emails, never has. This is an email from Douglas Vincent Lang. Mr. Kroschel mischaracterizes the situation as it pertains to ADF&G and the staff. The state of Alaska, not ADF&G, brought the case against Mr. Kroschel. The case is ongoing and Mr. Kroschel will have his opportunity to present his case. You're doggone right, buddy. Doggone right.